everyone. Today we're at the Fix-Gerber-Bitting Cemetery. It's a bit wild with the history, and basically this used to have at least 200 graves here, and over time, it was originally constructed in 1816, I believe, but over time the Union Canal was built adjacent to here, and they took a small chunk of the cemetery, and then the land, at least. I don't know about relocating graves, but then later on in 1963, 422, which is now 222, was built, and they took quite a bit, which, as you can see, cemetery and 222. So the records were pretty shaky as far as the number of plots and where exactly they were buried. And so I think it's a fair possibility that, and they do suspect that some graves are actually underneath Route 22 that they couldn't dig up and inter somewhere else. So, but anyhow, we'll check the cemetery out a little bit, and I believe when they relocated the graves that they took, I think they want to understand they just dumped all the headstones back in the woods here, which is pretty unfortunate. So we'll check it out. The dead have no rights. Fix-Gerber-Bitting Cemetery, from 200 graves to 51 tombstones. Established in 1816 by friends and neighbors of John Gerber, an Amish farmer, and Daniel Bitting. In 1873, Gerber's farmland was sold to John Fix, who added his own family cemetery next to Gerber's and Bitting's. The cemetery was originally large enough to contain 200 graves, but time has not been kind to the cemetery on the hill. An old wall, but apparently newer, much newer than the graveyard, since they've taken quite a bit of land from it, from the original size. Born 1838, died in 1904. There's an 1886. That was an original Fix member. Lorenz Fix. Died 1822, born 1759. Here's some more of the Fix family. That one is way too worn to read. Sometimes it shows up better on camera. Some of these are in bad shape. Not sure if it's vandalism or what, but looks like a few have been repaired. Is that 1880? Died 1880. Age 51. 1893. George Palm. Not sure if this is a headstone that was moved after relocating a grave. It seems a little bit oddly placed. Oh, man. I'm gonna have to see. There's a lot of junk back here. I'm gonna have to see how to get back through here. All right, I'm back through. Yeah, there's a headstone. Oh yeah, here they all are. Mary, 1837 to 1922. Wow, there's a lot. Schmale, 1864 to 1927. Someone likes their big gulps. Looks like someone might have been living back here too at some point. Man, it keeps going as far as I can see back through there. Just a ton of headstones. All right, back out in a little more open area again. Well, I don't know where they relocated all the graves, but it seems a little weird. Something doesn't sit right about just throwing all the headstones all through here. I mean, there's got to be close to 100 of them, if not more. Which, if the numbers are right, they went from 200 graves down to 50. Should be about 150 of them here. So, yeah, I don't know. Pretty weird. So at this point, the Berks County Association for Graveyard Preservation takes care of the cemetery now and keeps it up pretty nice for what it is. And so definitely an unfortunate situation for this graveyard and its history. Definitely a long history. So hopefully nothing else gets taken from it. I can't afford it. All right, we'll catch you on the next one.